Hey, Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise here, and I'm joined this time once again by my occasional co-hostess, V-Bug! Wow, that was a good entrance. Well, you may recall that last time I tried creating a video showcasing the goodies that I brought back from BGG Con. It went a little something like this. So I boxed up these games at the convention to have them shipped back to me here at home. And unfortunately, the box hasn't arrived yet. Well, I have really good news. The rest of my shipment from BGG Con has finally arrived.
And it didn't explode.
And it did not explode. There was quite a pile of stuff that got brought back from BGG Con, as we'll see. There were a few review copies of games, a few games I picked up specifically at the convention that I was looking for. And also, my shipment came through a friend, and my friend appears to have just added a few random games and things that he had to the box. So we'll see those as well. Let's see what we got first. Okay. Bubble wrap. Thank you. Nice and thorough. Oh, that's a long one. Hey, that one's good too. Wait a minute. These aren't my games from BGG Con. This is my shipment of bubble wrap. So I found the actual box from BGG Con. Hey, have you ever noticed, V-Bug, that this table is a little bit wobbly?
Yeah.
All right, first game. Okay, the very first one out of the box is actually incredibly special. This is a copy of the game from the 90s called Manhattan. And an astute viewer noticed me mention this on one of my top 100 games of all times episodes. Here's a clip from that episode.
Yeah.
The only thing that's preventing Manhattan from actually being on my game shelf is just that I haven't been able to track down a physical copy of it myself yet, because it's kind of hard to find. So that's number 79, Manhattan. So after seeing that episode, a Mr. Sebastian from overseas took it upon himself to track down Tom Vassell at Essen and hand deliver to him this copy of Manhattan, which Tom then brought back from Europe and then tracked me down at BGG Con and delivered it over to me. So, Sebastian, my mind is blown. You nor nobody else was expected or had to do anything like that. But I am extremely flabbergasted, floored, and incredibly grateful and appreciative.
Thank you, Sebastian.
That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Sebastian. This means a lot to me, and this game is going directly onto our shelf for all eternity in a very special spot. It's going to be one of the most special games we've ever had on our shelf ever. Okay, next game from the BGG Con Hall. Oh, yes. Okay. This particular game was not one that I tracked down at BGG Con. This is one of the games that the friend of mine snuck into the box for a reason I don't quite understand. But I'm going to give this game the benefit of the doubt because I've always wondered what it's like to live a dog's life.
Luckily, you're not Ollie.
Yes.
Hopefully, you're not Ollie.
Hopefully, yes. It would be very sad to live your life as a goofy-looking dog. However, one thing I did notice about a dog's life is the rule book is like 26 pages long. You know, and that's like 175 pages in dog years. So a dog's life followed me home from BGG Con somehow, but I'm willing to give this game the benefit of the doubt, and if it is interesting, I will talk more about it in a future video. But for now, let's keep going through the box to get to the stuff I meant to bring home from BGG Con. So one of the things that they do at BGG Con is they give out door prizes, and even sometimes while you're waiting in the registration line to get your badge on the very first day, there's some tables with even free stuff set up.
Free stuff! Free stuff!
And after the convention, you can sometimes find free stuff as well. And Sunday evening, I was walking through the exhibit hall as they were breaking everything down, and there was this little table with boxes of free stuff. And one of the boxes of free stuff was this game, Dragon Punch. You know, now that I think about it, the box wasn't labeled, so I hope that they were free. So the reason why I went through all the trouble to bring this home with me is I wanted a reminder to mention that about BGG Con. BGG Con is run by board gamers for board gamers, and they have a lot of little extra giveaways, and incentives like that to go that they give away to the registrants. They also give away what we'll look at next. So bring out the next little batch of 3 games, and that's what we will talk about next. We got this one, Robber Knights.
Poof.
And we have Cragmortha.
Poof.
And poof, we have City Hall. City Hall right here. So you may be asking yourself, how did these 3 games come to join our little board game collection? Well, I'm going to pretend that's what you were thinking, and I'm going to talk about these 3 games because these were door prizes. Every year at BGG Con, the people in line, once you get in and you get your badge on the first day that the convention opens, you also get to go through this kind of setup they have with all of these racks of games that have been donated to the convention by different publishers. And everybody is allowed to grab a different game off of one of each of these 3 big racks that they have. And this year, these were the 3 that caught my eye. Robber Knights, because that seems like an oxymoron there. Noble knights who are robbers. Sounds a little spooky. Cragmortha, because it looks like it's set in the same universe as I, Dark Overlord, which is a cool universe, but don't really care for I, Dark Overlord, so I'm hoping that this one takes that universe in a different direction. And City Hall, because I am just a sucker for a city building game, and this one looked like it fit the bill. But primarily, the reason I wanted to mention these 3 games is because these were the door prizes at BGG Con that I picked up, and BGG Con is really the only convention I know that gives away door prizes of this magnitude. So it's just a fantastic convention to go to, just for how welcome they make you feel because of that. All right, next item in the box. All right, this was one of my impulse buys at BGG Con. This is the King of New York Power Up Expansion Pack. I went to BGG Con in the capacity of being one of the workers at the Passport Game Studios booth. And the booth across the walkway from us was Yellow's. So I spent the entire week having this stare at me. And sure enough, by the end of the convention, I broke down and got the Power Up expansion, which comes with
Mega Shark. Look at it.
Green cards and
Look at it.
So the King of New York Power Up pack, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to use this in conjunction with King of Tokyo as well. So the next thing that little V-Bug's going to pull out of the box is the one game that I specifically went into BGG Con with the plan.
You mean this?
Nope, not this one. This is another game that my friend smuggled into the box. So I don't know where this came from exactly. It wasn't at BGG Con, but it was in the box. This is a game called Entropy.
What does that mean?
So, since I know absolutely nothing about Entropy, I'm going to use the magic of film editing to add some info about that game in the future. But the reason that this game is joining our collection this time around is because someone smuggled it to us. They snuck a copy into our box. So, that's why. Okay, let's put this aside and continue on with the next item in the box. This is the game that I specifically went in to BGG Con with the plan to track down and get a copy.
Okay.
You are... No. Except you pulled a different game out of the box. No, this is not that game. This instead is the new big box expansion to Legends of Andor. It adds a lot of wateriness and boat action. And
Sploosh.
Sploosh indeed. This Legend of Andor expansion just seems to be an epic additional tale. So while I was there at BGG Con, I was happy to scoop up a copy of this one. This is the one, Through the Ages.
No, it's not. It's opposite day.
So this is Through the Ages, the new edition of it by CGE Games. And this has been on my list for a while. It actually came out, I think, at BGG Con last year, and I passed it by last year. And then over the course of the last 12 months, my desire to play it has been growing and growing and growing the more I hear about it. So Through the Ages is a nice, lengthy, in-depth civ building game, and as you know, that just like a city building game, that's one of my weaknesses as well. Maybe I can mix this together with City Hall. Do you think that would work?
Absolutely no idea.
And now let's talk about the last game that followed me home from BGG Con.
Why in the world is it?
It's big and heavy. All right.
Yep.
Woo! This is one I definitely want to talk about in far more detail in a dedicated video, but I'm so excited I wanted to share it here first. This is a game called The Deadless Sentence. And this game first caught my eye at Gamma in March of 2016 when we were doing interviews with the Dice Tower of certain different publishers. See, what this game has is this big plastic board that's this big. That's why the box is that big. And it has these concentric rings in the board, and each one moves independently of one another. And it was such an intriguing, unique game board design. I've been watching this game through its development and been really interested and curious to see what the final product would look like, to see if they could pull it off. Hello? Now, the main problem with this game is, as you can see,
Just put it up there with all the other games.
Oh, it's so high up there. I don't want to put it up there. So the Deadless Sentence looks very interesting and unique, and I'm hoping that the gameplay lives up to its potential, making this more than just a gimmick. So the Deadless Sentence is the game I brought home from BGG Con that I think I am the most excited to explore.
Yeah.
All right, so I know that's a lot of stuff to go through, but I wanted to share information about the door prizes at BGG Con, some of the finds that I set out to get, some of the oddities, and some of the very special things that followed me home from BGG Con this year. So what we want to know is, did you attend BGG Con? And if so, what games did you play there? And what ended up following you home? Any of the same stuff or something different? Let us know in the comments below. And in the meantime, for more board game news, reviews, and commentary, be sure to subscribe to both the Pair of Dice Paradise and Dice Tower YouTube channels. And follow us on Facebook and Twitter to continue the conversations about board games there as well. Until we speak next time, I've been Chaz Marler, along with my co-hostess Feebug, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Inner dog. Walk a mile in their paws. I think I'm going crazy.
You're always the last to know.
I need a drink of water.
Did you get both hydrogen and oxygen? Okay, good.
Hey, Army guys, do you recognize this?
What is it, and why would an army guy recognize it?
It's blinking. It's sending code through blinking.
You're sending Morse code through blinking? There are dragons, though, and
Roar! Fire! 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 Fire!
and
Fire! Fire!
and boats.
Crash. Feel your inner dog. Oh, walk a mile in the pond. Feel your inner dog.